All right, so we are back again, and I have a very interesting presentation for you all. In this session, it's with Eric, and
Hi.
Eric, condition monitoring specialist. He's condition monitoring specialist in Fluitec Asia. So he's actually going to tell us a lot about the value of integrating ruler and MPC for all oil monitoring programs. So I know you have some really good information in here, Eric. So I'm going to turn it over to you and to your recording.
Yeah.
And we will come back for some questions in about 20 minutes.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. See you soon.
Thank you. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric. Welcome to LRVS APEC 2023. Okay, hi. This is the very first LRVS for APEC 2023. So my name is Eric. I'm working for Fluitec Asia. It's my pleasure today to share some experience and information about the value of integrating rural and MPC for all condition monitoring programs. So let us start now. The outline for today will be including why and how to monitor antioxidant in the lubricants. Secondly, I will show you how the integration of the ruler and MPC testing will enhance your OCM program. And then the latest need for the condition monitoring program, and also the interpretation of the ruler of value of the ruler and MPC result. I will show you the OEM recommendation and the standard test methods. And last but not least, I will also share some application review. So basically, the oxidation reaction happen everywhere, which the oxygens rich environments, like the plastic, metal, human skin, as well as the lubricating and the hydraulic oil. I can say that oxidation is the top dynamics of the lubricating and hydraulic oil. Knowing that every 10 degrees C increase in the operating temperature will reduce the lubricant's lifetime by 50%. So certain contamination, like the waters, particles, metals, wear, and extras. The oxidation of the lubricants will definitely impact the reliability of the equipment in the operation, and of course, the impact sustainability too. So the picture say 1,000 words. So this is look like the sticky honey oil. This is like ultimate situation when the oil is oxidized and viscosity and other parameters are out of spec already. Of course, we do not want to see this our operating oil in this like the pictures. Many of you may know lubricants content of the antioxidants additive, which act as layers of protection to the base oil. Like the turbine oil is content of the 95 to 97% of the base oil, and 1 to 3% of antioxidant additive, which is the theory is similar to the apple in these pictures. So when the lubricants antioxidant additive depleted, it is like the apples are removing the skin. So it will remove the quickly oxidize, and the apple inside is turning black. So it was totally similar to our lubricants. And now in this slide, It is to show you the oxidation's propagation cycle. Specifically in the lubricants, the oxidation start at this initial stage, right? Where the hydrocarbon reaction with the oxygens and creating the free radicals. Okay, the free radical is very active, and the free radical will constantly propagate. So the second stage is propagation. In the propagation state, it's then phase that we will need to stop, and therefore we are going to use the antioxidants. The antioxidants are going to react with the free radicals, and then they're going to break the change. It is continued reaction process, but of course, it will consume and compromise time to time. Now we are looking at the evaluation of 100 years oxidation test. In 1890s, the RPVOTs, TOST, PDSC was used during the time, which are mainly to measure the current conditions or performance of the lubricants. In 1960s, so basically like 21st centuries, with the development of the hot rotary equipment like gas turbine and the development of the base oil formulation. No, sorry. In the 1960s, the RPVOTs were developed. So basically, it was to test the oxidation performance test. It is the current stage to test the current performance. So in the 21st centuries, the voltammetry's testing method was developed. So it was a need to measure the individual's oxidation, antioxidants. So I can say on this test, it mainly to test when you will know the result when this the parameter is off spec. But in this testing here, it's mainly to test the current conditions. But by using the voltammetries, you can predict the condition in the futures or predict the lifetime of your lubricants. So what is LSV, the linear straight voltammetries? Actually, it is the technology behind the rulers. So the full name of the ruler is the remaining useful life evaluation routine. So you can see this is the result or the graph it will show by this LSV testing. In this green line, it is the new oil, the fresh oil. So you will have 100% antioxidants. And then the red line is the in-service oil. So by this testing, you will compare the area of the new oil between the new oil and the used oil. So you calculate the areas and come out with the result in the percentage. So this example, you can see the antioxidant is 64.8%, and the phenolic antioxidant is 81.2%. And then this LSP testing was approved by ASTM method. So there are different ASTM method applicable to different types of fluid or oil. So you can see from the voltage increase, it is to differentiate. It can be differentiate the different type of the antioxidant compound, like zinc DDP, amine, phenol. So the electrolytic text solution selection can be tested for the different type of the fluid and the different type of the antioxidants additive. And now we look at the enhancing ruler analysis with the MPC method. Over the year, with the optimized formulation of the synergetic mixture on group 2 and group 3 base oil, like the hyaluronic fluid, RNO oil, compressor oil, gear oil, and so on. So it is clear that the combination of the LSV test and the MPC test is become more and more important. With these two parameters, It's giving additional information of your fluid lifetime and the varnish tendency or the degradation product in the oil. So the graph here is to show you the correlationship between your MPC, which is the varnish tendency, and your antioxidants additive. So the increase of the MPC resulting in the drastically drop of the phenol antioxidants. I would say this amine antioxidant is moderating dropping. It's not so serious, but the phenolics antioxidant is dropping seriously. So as I mentioned, the MPC testing is to test the varnish tendency, which is according to STMD 7843. So which is the widely adopted varnish test by the most of the commercial OCN laboratories. So this is mainly to test the amount of the oil degradation product in the fluid. There are some simple tools required to run the test. Basically, you just need the 50 ml of the oil plus another 50 ml of the solvent, which is the petroleum ether. And then it will filter through the 0.45 micron nitrocellulose patch. So the color on the patch is determined by this spectrophotometer. So this spectrophotometer will be measured. And then the result will be reported in the CIE lab delta E value. So I will show you the example of this of the MPC patches. As you can see, the darkest color on the MPC patch is representing the higher number of MPCs, which is the higher number of the varnish tendency. And one thing to remind, the oil color is not necessarily related to the varnish potentials. So you see the picture on the right. The darker colors oil only have 9.1 MPC, but the lighter color oil is having 37% MPC. Therefore, the visual measurement is not really accurate. I would say it's not very recommended on the varnish testing. As this is to show you the antioxidant depletion profile. So after the several weeks, you can see the areas or the peak of the oil of the graph is become lower and lower. The areas become lesser and lesser. So this is a depletion trend. And then you can see on these pictures, there's relationship between the antioxidant additive and the deposit. As I mentioned just now, the darkest color on the MPC patch representing the higher varnish tendency. So you can see on the darkest colors MPC patches, the graph of the oil of the antioxidant is getting lower. So that means that the higher numbers of the varnish tendency, you already impact the antioxidants in the fluid. And this is to show you the different type of the rotating equipments have the different varnish tendency and the information towards the oil. And now we look at the latest need for the condition monitoring program and the value of the ruler and MPC. As mentioned previously, there are possibility to have the external contamination like iron, copper, water, dust, and so on. So there's a need to understand understood the test to measure and monitor the contamination like the MPC, okay, and also oil degradations. Thirdly, to understand the AO depletions behavior. This is so important to have the trend data of the AO depletion profile, and it will help you to predict your oil life or to plan your preventive action or maybe in operation, you can know you have the information to plan ahead for your overhaul or for your next oil change and so on. The latest development and the need for the OCM programs. So basically on these three categories that you may need to look for. So in the soft contaminants, there are several testing which is can determine or can measure the soft contaminations or the deposit in the oil, which is the MPC, the iso particle count, gravimetric patch testing. And then on the fluid degradations, the antioxidant help is important. So you will have the ruler test and the FTIR, and also the and also the thirdly on the compatibility with the contaminants. So it's important to measure on your anti-foam or the air release additive, so you can know your oils whether you can have the ability to do the air release. And also the limassability is important to determine whether your oil have the ability to separate your oil between and the water as well. So now we'll look at the OEM and the standard test method. I will show you a few examples of this service bulletin from the OEM. You can look at this service bulletin from GE. They are clearly mentioned the testing parameter should be included in your condition monitoring program. So they are also including STMD 6971, linear strip vertimetries, which is the ruler test, and also the MPC patch calorimetries, the MPC test. And then for the Siemens, they are also including this standard testing parameter like viscosity, cleanliness, air release. Of course, ruler and MPC is important to be included. And then this is from the solar turbine. They also mentioned the same, the MPC. As well, I know the latest service routine already include or already recommend to run the LSV as well. So they are the OEM, the standard and the standard test methods. So you can see this all you can get it from the most of the OCM laboratories. And then lastly, we will look at the application review. To summarize this slide, all the application on this slide, they are applicable to the LSV testing and also the MPC testing. So they are the turbine oil, hydraulic fluid, compressor oil, engine oil, grease, heavy duty diesel, and so on. Generally, turbine oil consists of two types of antioxidants, which is the phenol. It acts as the sacrificial antioxidants, and then followed by the amine, which are the stronger antioxidants. So you will see these two value on the graph. So from here, they are representing the area of the phenol, and then the peak here is representing the amine in the turbine oil. So these are the compressor oil, MPC, and the ruler trending. So you may see the blue line is representing MPC. So as long as you keep your MPC in a very low range, so your amine or your antioxidant additive will be remaining strong. And here, the LSB and MPC for hydraulic oil. So in the marine injection molding machine industry, mining, steel, and so on, this kind of industry, they are mainly using the hydraulic oil. So they may have the issue like the valve sticking issue or pump failure, which is mainly, which is maybe most of the factors was the oil degradations or the contamination, like the varnish. So it is need for the more proactive testing informations in order to have the information like to taking which action to prevent or to cure to solve these issues. So this is the rulers equipments. So on this ruler equipments are also an effective tools to monitoring the antioxidant, which is property of zinc DDP, which is this zinc content additive package. This is the example of the ruler MPC test on the hydraulic press. So you can see on the small picture here, this hydraulic fluid is having 63.9 varnish tendency. Had a high soft contamination deposits and also high particle count to cause this sticking valve issues. So you can see this MPC delta E was 66.5, and then the rulers was then no longer have any antioxidants additive, and also the high particle count. This is the LSB and MPC for the paper mill oil. And here, the diesel engine oil, which mix of the wide range of the antioxidants like amines, zinc DDP, phenols, and phenols. So the LSB test was able to measure this different type of the antioxidant package. And of course, the jet engine oil, which is the synthetic oil. In this picture here, this synthetic oil, there's a possibility to have the high MPCs, like 65. Okay, for the conclusions, basically the antioxidant monitoring is a critical tool for any lubricants, like I mentioned just now, the hydraulic fluid, the turbine oil, compressor oil, fluid grease. So all these lubricants are used in the thermal stressful environments. So we may need to take note or may need to include all these LSB and MPC tests in your OCM program. And then we recommend to have a combination of the MPC testing. So it will give you more data or more information, or give you the idea that what to take, that any action I need to take in order to to prevent the oil failure. And also the LSC can also be used for the understanding the behavior of the antioxidant during the service. And for the some oil blending plant, they may use this LSC as a quality control, because when they have the new oil delivery or the new blend of oil, they may use it to test whether they have the full 100% antioxidant additive. And also the QC control, QC for this implant storage, and can be used for the root cause analysis as well. And lastly, this LSB test, it can be measured the degradation product in the some fluid, for example, the phosphoric ester fluid. So that's all for my presentations. Appreciate your attention to my presentation. So now I'm ready for your question. Thank you very much.
All right. So that was a good session from Eric there. He talked a lot about some really good things about ruler and MPC. I didn't see any questions coming through the chat, but I have a question. and is something that a lot of customers ask about. And they always ask in terms of if they have a budget, and they always have a budget, um, if they can do just one test to sort of monitor what's going on with their oil. What will you say to them would be the most important test that they should do for that?
Okay. So, in let's say they have a budget constraint on
Mm-hmm.
doing the oil testing.
Yes.
So I would say to understand the AO, the your antioxidants additive amount will be important.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
because you know how long your life can be still be last, or when your life can be still can be used in the system. So I recommend the ruler MPC.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, but if they are allowed, then to have this multiple sampling, like every 3 months or 6 months is recommended.
Definitely, because I think especially within turbine oils, doing one test over another just sort of it doesn't add as much value. The more information that we have is the better. And having
Yes.
information on MPC and ruler, that gives you a better idea of what exactly is going on with in terms of deposits with your MPC
Yeah.
and with your antioxidants for the ruler.
Yeah.
And there are some people, when they do reporting of the ruler analysis, they just give you one overall value. And I've always found that I was so weird because I know when you do a proper ruler analysis, you have your two values, you have your amines and your phenols, your primary and your secondary antioxidants. And I think it's important that people know where those stand individually rather than collectively, because
Yeah.
I think that kind of throws off a lot of people. Do you want to help add some information on that in terms of what people should look for when they're getting those ruler reports?
Yeah. So it's like our, similar to like we're doing the blood test for our body.
Yes.
So yeah, the training data is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So having the multiple sampling point in different periods, they
Yes.
given you the additional or giving you the full pictures of the oil behavior, the oil
Mm-hmm.
degradation behavior, or the AO depletion behaviors.
Yes, very, very important because sometimes like when we get these reports and they have one value on it, it it doesn't tell us if if the amines are low or if the phenols are high, or if which one is where they're standing, and that could tell you what's going on and how your oil is actually degrading. And I know that Yo is jumping in on the chat here
Yeah.
and letting us know that the latest release of ASTM D4378, it actually uses the value of delta E20 as a warning value compared to what we've known um, for a long time as, delta E30. We've always used that as a warning limit with MPC, but now they've revised it and they've gone down to 20, which is interesting. It says a lot
Yeah.
about the industry.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. I think the alarm limits are adjusted to the delta E. If you giving you to the user have uh, uh, they should take action
Yeah,
earlier before it create any others mechanical issues.
definitely. I see Ahmed has a question. Sorry. Which test gives a quick result? Oh boy. um, I'm gonna pass that to you, Eric.
Sorry again.
Which test gives a quick result in terms of changing your oil or your equipment?
I would say MPC testing.
Mhm.
Yeah, you will show you it quickly show you that the oil degradation in your oil. So you will give you the information and what are the action you need to do, like having a filtration technologies, or having the solvencer technologies to clean the oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I think we're just about at the end of our session.
Yes.
Eric, you did an amazing job. Thank you all for tuning in to hear Eric talk about MPC and roll up. And we have a couple more sessions for the rest of the day, so we will be seeing you all
Yeah. Thank you
soon.
very
And
much, everyone.
as you says, trending is your friend.
Yes.
Totally. I agree with that. All right. Bye.
Bye.